Hello, my name is Sally Pinto, and I'm the Program Director for the Yonkers NORC, Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We are under the auspices of WJCS and the Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also have a resource specialist and a nurse on staff. We conduct virtual programming in partnership with the Yonkers Public Library on a daily basis. Enjoy the program.
Morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. We're going to go ahead and get started as usual with our chin tucks and neck rotation. So whether you're seated or standing, I want you to think of elongating that spine nice and tall, like that marionette string is holding you up there. And it's a small movement. We're just going to tuck our chin back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now our neck rotations, we're going to look to one direction over that shoulder, back to center, and then the other. We've got 5 per side. Here we go. Turn, center, turn, 1, turn, center, turn, 2, turn, center, turn, 3, turn, center, turn, 4, turn, center, and turn, 5. Good. All right. Now we're going to go into a 3-minute warm up, and then we've got our working strength blocks here. So we're going to do 30 seconds per move. You can do these seated or standing. We're going to start with shoulder rolls. Then we're going to go into lateral side bends with the tap. You can do these seated or standing. Okay. After that, we are doing our torso rotation. Okay, so we're just pressing and getting some rotation there, seated or standing. I'm going to do mine standing. I just want to show some seated here. Straight arm push back. You're at the edge of your chair here. If you're seated, you're going to tap your toes back as you push your palms back behind you, okay? All right, and then side to side shallow lunges. I'll do that one standing, but if you're seated, you're just going to be tapping out to the sides here, okay? And then our alt knee lift is our last one. Okay, so there's the seated variations of it. I'm going to do all of them standing because it's 30 seconds one into the other, okay? So starting with our shoulder rolls, we're going to do forward shoulder rolls for 15 seconds and back for 15 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. So forward. Really rotate, think of those circles. Good. 5 more seconds this direction. 2, 1, now reverse, pull them back. Go at a pace that's comfortable for you. And remember, we're on the timer. If you need to start or stop early, that's always, that's always there for you. You got to listen to your body and what it's telling you. And time, okay, now we have our lateral side bends with that opposite leg tap. All right, stretching out the sides of our body here. Good, 10 more seconds here. Reach it up, feel that nice stretch to the side of the body underneath the shoulder there. 2 and 1, now we're gonna go ahead and rotate. Now we're pushing, twist, twist. Now feel the spine warm up here, okay? Good, 10 more seconds here. 2 and 1. All right, now we have those butt kickers with the push back. So if you're standing, it's more of your heel coming up towards your glute. If you're seated, it's more of your toe coming back. We're going go into our shallow side lunges next, or your you're seated, your lateral toe taps. So nice and wide here. And we're just nice and shallow here, okay? Just wide, really just trying to go on one knee and then the opposite. So one leg goes straight, the other leg bends slightly. All right, just warming up those hips. You can hold on to the back of the chair if you need to. Just shallow, not too deep. We've got work to come. 2 and 1, and our last move is our knee raise and pull down. Go at a pace that feels good for you. You don't want to go so fast that the mind's going faster than the body wants to move. It does happen sometimes. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Okay, there is our 3-minute warm up. We're going to go into our first working block, all 4 9-minute blocks today. 45-15, like we usually our most used format here. Okay, we're going to still working on some of the moves that we introduced this month. We've got our this past month. We've got our good morning or our hinge, right? Our hinge to knee raise and twist. Hinge and twist. Okay, so from the front, hinge, twist, hinge, twist. All right, good. We're trying to find that stability, that balance, feel that feedback. If you would like to do the seated version, you're closer towards the edge of your chair. Your feet are a little wider so that you have room to bend forward. You're going to hinge, trying to keep a neutral spine. All right, and then twist. You're going to feel these too. Hinge, twist. You get a nice abdominal exercise there. Our second one is our sit squat. Okay, so our standing version, you can hold your weights or do them body weight. Okay, and if you're staying seated, you're alternating leg extensions. Okay, our third one, we are adding on. Okay, got my water bottles, that's my weights here. You can just pretend you're holding them if you don't have weights, that's okay. We're doing 3 bend over rows, stand it up, 3 bicep curls, press it up, 3 overhead presses. Okay, the power of 3s for that last one. Okay, that's going to look the same seated or standing. Now remember, I always do the first round seated and then the second 2 standing. You do what works best for you though. You don't have to do them seated if you're ready to go to standing. You don't have to go to standing if you'd like to stay seated. Okay, all right, so starting with our good morning to our knee raise oblique twist. I'm closer towards the edge of my chair for the seated variation. Ready and begin. Remember, this 45 seconds is yours to use. You're going to twist over that knee that lifts. Okay. Focus on the quality versus the quantity of the repetition. All right. You're trying to stay nice and present with your body. Listen to what it's doing. Are you elongated through that spine? Are you finding that stability on that leg as you twist over? Okay. Good. 5 more seconds here. And time. Okay, so next we're moving on to our sit squats. You can weight these. Remember, if you hold weights up here, it challenges your core a little more. If you hold them down here, it's challenging your grip a little bit more. Or you could do them body weight. For the seated version, I'm doing the alternating leg extensions. So here we go. Flex. Okay. So I'm really trying to engage this muscle right here. I'm keeping the foot flexed, right? And I'm trying to squeeze the top of the thigh. I'm sitting up nice and straight for this version. Good. Remember, this 45 seconds is a guide. If you need to stop early or start a little late, you know, it's just there as a guide. You do what works for you. We're always more concerned about that quality of the repetition. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this last one, you have weights. You're going to go ahead and grab onto them. We're gonna hinge over for a row. Remember, all these are three rows, 3 bicep curls, and 3 overhead presses. And we're gonna repeat that for the 45 seconds. 2 and 1. We're gonna hinge over, row, 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 hinge up, curl, 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 press up, press, 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 bring it back. Again, hinge forward, row, 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 hinge up, curl, 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 press up, press, 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 return. Again, at your own pace now. Just want to kind of get you that little momentum there, that little rhythm. And time, okay. Back to the top again for round 2. Remember, we do 3 rounds too. I am moving to standing this round, okay. All right, so we're back to our good morning with our oblique twist, okay. So I'm gonna show you from the side profile here. Here we go. My feet are about hip width apart. I'm gonna hinge down, squeeze my glutes to lift up, and then twist over that leg. Go at a nice and controlled pace, okay. We're not trying to rush through these movements. Stay present. Feel that feedback. Feel how your core has to brace itself for you to twist over that leg. You're using those glutes to pull yourself back up to standing, okay? It's not like you're lifting from your head. It's like you're lifting yourself back up from your glutes. Nice and neutral spine. 2 and 1. Good. We have sit squats next, okay? So you're either doing your seated leg extensions, alternating, or you're gonna do your sit squats. I'm going to hold my weights here to challenge my core a little bit more. My feet are about hip to shoulder width apart, okay? Here we go. We're gonna tap it down, drive through the heels, squeeze. You go at a rhythm and tempo that's good for you. If you need to shake it out a little bit within that 45 seconds, that's okay. Trying to make that mind muscle connection, pressing my heels into the floor and feeling my glutes squeeze at the top. Ten more seconds here. 2 and 1. Okay, back to our 3 rows, our 3 curls, our 3 presses. And remember, anytime you need to, it's getting nice and hot out in the summer here. Anytime you need a drink of water, stop and get a drink, okay? All right, let's get ready. We got 3 rows, 3 curls, 3 presses. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, press. 1, 2, 3, return. So each movement is 3 reps. And time, okay. 1 more round through, guys, and then we take a longer break, okay? Get the water if you need it. It's warm out. We're going back to our final set of good morning to that knee raise oblique twist. All right, here we go. My feet are about hip width apart. I'm gonna hinge, up, twist, back. Right when that knee's up off the ground, feel what the whole trunk of your body is doing there. That's bracing your core right there when you're trying to maintain that balance and control. Don't forget to use those glutes when you're coming up, standing again. Right, glutes and hamstrings right there. Back of the leg. And time. Good. All done with those. We have one more round of split squats. You can do these body weight or with your weight, or you could do your seated alternating leg extensions in 3, 2, and 1. Here, your feet are about shoulder width apart or so. Hip width, if you have narrow hips, is fine too. Again, think about what you're doing here as you drive up, squeeze. All right. Go at a good pace for yourself. Almost done with these. About 10 more seconds here. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Okay. Final exercise in this block is our 3 rows, our 3 curls, and our 3 presses. Okay, I'll do the profile view so you can see that hinge for the first half. Okay, nice neutral spine, elongated through spine. All right, we're not trying to round through the shoulders. 2, 3, stand it up, curl. 2, 3, press it up. 1, 2, 3. Again, hinge, row, 2, 3, up, curl, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, 3, return. Again. And time. Okay, guys, rest. Big break here. Get your drinks of water. All right, I'm gonna explain our next block. Okay, our next 9-minute block is return of the lunges. We got a little break from them last week, but we're gonna go back to our static lunges again. Okay, and we are pairing that with our alternating side step to lateral raise to front raise. So if you are staying in the seated position for your lunges, we're going to kind of come to the edge of our seat, hold on to the back of your chair. Your core is engaged because you're leaning back slightly. In fact, let me show you what that looks like from this profile. See that? Like I've got core engagement just because I'm back ever so slightly. I'm gonna lift and like I'm pressing something heavy away and back. Press through the heel of the foot, press and back. By pushing through the heel of your foot, you're helping to activate your glute muscle. Okay, you should feel it in your quad and then in the back of your leg. All one side and then all the other. Remember, our standing, pretend my chair is right here right now. Our standing is our stationary lunge right here, okay? All right, so that's our standing variation, okay? Only go down as far as your body will allow. Don't overstress your knee. You know, it's okay to have a half repetition there, okay? And then our side step, we've been doing this one. It's lateral raise, front raise, okay? So, and from lateral step, front raise, okay? So that's how it looks for our standing option. All right, so enough of a break there. We're going back to the top, all right, 9-minute block. We're starting with our static lunges. As always, I do the first round seated, so that's our seated leg press. Feel free to stay here. This is an excellent exercise. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm leaning back, my core is engaged. I'm pressing through and tap. Good, trying to get a nice extension through the leg. You're gonna feel that quadricep working, the glute working, your core working. It's okay if you need to take a little bit of a break. You know, if you feel like your muscle's getting like really worked, you just need to shake it out for a second, go for it. Come back to it when you can, okay? We're already well past halfway on this side. We're looking at 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Okay, so if those static lunges are too much, stay right here. These are tough too. Okay. All right, we're gonna get ready to even out and get that other side. Okay. Let's get ready. If you're seated, you're gonna lean back ever so slightly here. Feel your hands support you and lift press, like you're pushing a boulder away or something really heavy. You've got to create tension in your mind to make that muscle work harder. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake them out, right? Good quads working on this. We've got our alternating lateral step with the lateral raise to an alt front raise, okay? So if you're in the seated position, it's more of a lateral tap. So here we go. We're going to lateral raise, front, front, lateral, lateral, front, front, lateral, lateral. Good, working on those shoulders, as well as that glute medius, those balance muscles, our side glutes. Almost on this one, 5 more seconds here, and then we're back to the top. And time, okay, so you're either gonna stay with your seated leg press, or if you'd like to move to a standing static lunge, or if you may already be doing that, we can do that now. Remember, think of your chair, you're gonna have your front foot in front of on one side, your back foot lined up with the other, okay? And I'm just going to lower down and drive through the heel of the foot in the front. I'm really trying to turn on my glute here. I'm using the chair for support so that I can focus on strengthening the muscle and I don't have to worry about the balance aspect of it as much, okay? Remember these legs, we've got big muscle groups in the legs. The stronger our big muscle groups are, the more muscle we have there, the more metabolic we become, the more calories we burn at rest. So we've got 5 more seconds. 2 and 1, okay, shake it out. I gotta even out and get that other side. 10 seconds to start, okay. All right, so here we go, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna lower down, drive through that front heel and lift. Remember, it's predominantly the front leg that we're working. You're gonna feel a little bit of work in that back leg, but your mind, where I want you to think about activating the muscle, is in that front leg, both the glute and the quadricep. Pressing through that heel is what helps you feel it more in the glute so that the quadricep doesn't take that whole burn, okay? Almost there. Remember, quality over quantity. If you feel your form is breaking down, take a rest. I'd rather you do quality reps than ones that aren't in good form to help reduce the injury. And time. Okay, shake it out. Whew. Back to our lateral raises and front raises, okay? And that side step. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Lateral, lateral, front, front. Adding those coordination aspects in, right? That helps. Helps keep us sharper when we attach coordination to movement, body movement. Working the tops of the shoulders and the fronts of the shoulders with this one. The brain with the coordination and the glute medius, which is our side glutes right here, okay? One more time, guys. All right, so either your seated leg press or your stationary lunges, okay? And then we'll be done with lunges for the day, all right? So let's get ready. If you know you have a weaker leg, work on that one first. Here we go. I'm gonna sink it down, drive through that front heel. Down. Speed is, you know, it's not about trying to just get a bunch of reps in. You know this, it's just about control, staying connected. Think about what listen to the feedback your body's giving you. Again, it's the front leg that we're really working. You're gonna feel some of it in that side, that back leg, especially if you're really tight. Okay, if you have tight hip flexors and whatnot, you're really gonna feel that other leg working as well. 2 and 1. And if that's the case, if you're really feeling it in the back leg, consider those half kneeling hip flexor stretches I did last week in class to open up the front of the hip. That should help, okay? 3, 2, 1. But like anything, it'll help with consistency. So we can't just do it once and expect it to be fixed. It would be like brushing your teeth once and expecting never to get cavities, right? It's just something you need to keep doing. Make it a part of your lifestyle. Good news is we're done with lunges after this. We're even the seated leg press because they burn too. 10 more seconds here. 2 and 1. Okay, back to the lateral raises and the front raises. And then we'll rest again, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Lateral, lateral, front, front. This is where I like to cue too. Think of your elbows. Think if that puppet master were over you and you were the marionette puppet. The strings would be attached to your elbows for these lateral raises. All right, that's where you're lifting from. You're not lifting from where your weights are, where your hands are. And I'm only coming up to shoulder height. I'm not going above. We rest after this one. 2 and 1. Nice work, guys. Get a drink. I'll explain the next circuit here. Okay, make sure you're hydrating well. I'm up here on like a 3rd floor. I'm really feeling the heat. So yeah, my mom is too. So make sure you're just drinking a lot of water here. Especially if you're in a warmer environment. Okay, so our next one is our butt kicker and row, our sumo squat, and a jab, cross, hook, hook. So our butt kicker and row from a seated position is on the edge of your chair. Okay, toe tap it back. Think of those rowboat arms, if you've got oars, right? And we know for standing, this is nothing new, guys. Just take from the beginning, we've been doing these, right? So I want you to feel a nice pull, a stretch through here as you squeeze and strengthen the back, okay? And then you're also getting a nice stretch through your quadriceps while you're strengthening your hamstrings in the back. Our second move is our sumo squat, okay? So different from our sit squat, we're really wide with our feet now. We're wider than our shoulder width. My heel is outside my shoulder. My toes are facing out. So I'm gonna tap it down, drive it up. Tap it down, drive it up. Keep those knees out, okay? Don't let them cave in, okay? Now, if you're doing the seated variation, we're gonna do lateral tap, leg extension. Lateral tap, leg extension, okay? And then our final one is jab, cross, hook, hook. Jab, cross, hook, hook. Okay, that looks the same standing, okay? You might have a little more pivot when you're standing on your foot, okay? All right, so first round, I'm doing seated. So that's our butt kicker and row. You can do these standing if you're ready to do that right away. Here we go. At the edge of my seat in 3, 2, 1, let's go. That's it. So you're thinking of those rowboat arms. If you had oars and you were rowing a boat, that's kind of the plane of motion that your elbows, your arms are in. All right, think of Squeezing those shoulder blades together, strengthening those posture muscles in the back, stretching out the front of the shoulder, getting our heart rate up. If you get tired and you need to shake your arms out for a second, that's okay. Almost there, less than 10 seconds. 5, 2, and 1. Okay, shake that out. Next we have our sumo squats. Okay, so remember, wider than shoulder width. The heels are outside the shoulder, toes are out. You're gonna tap it down, drive it up. Or you're gonna be with me, lateral tap, leg extension, okay? Here we go. Lateral tap, leg extension, other side, lateral tap. So we're alternating lateral tap, leg. This is a nice hip opener. Again, you're getting a little bit of a stretch through the inner thigh and also working on that glute medius, which helps keep the hips and knees strong. Helps us from falling. Five more seconds here. Then we're going to go into jab, cross, hook, hook. Okay, time on those. And now it's just, you're going to keep your hands kind of like covering your face the whole time, right? Jab, cross, hook, hook. And that's basically like jab, jab, cross is just using your opposite arm, okay? So through this jab, jab, cross, or hook, hook. Here we go. Jab, cross. Put a little gusto into it, you know? Like you putting a little bit of force behind your punch, like you mean it. Not so much that you hurt yourself, but you know. You can create tension in your body by that force, right? By that power output. This will get your heart rate up too. Two and 1. Okay, back to the top for round 2. I'm going to move to standing, but please stay seated if you're more comfortable there. Okay, butt kicker and row. All right, that rowboat row. Here we go, 2, 1. We're going to think of squeezing those shoulder blades together. Pull those elbows back, back. 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 My mom's kicking things. Good, past halfway. Now I'm kicking things. Less than 10 seconds. 2 and time. Ooh, okay, shake that out. Starting to feel that. Next, we have our sumo squats. Okay, so you can do these body weight. You want to hold some weights down here or up here, wherever you want. Okay, I think I'm going to hold them low this time. Just nice and wide with that stance. Toes are out. Knees stay in the direction of the toe, and then drive it up. Press through the heels. Squeeze. About quality and control. All right, mind muscle connection. Good, we're past halfway. Less than 10 seconds. Ooh, I feel 5. Yeah, these are tough, right? Yeah, rest, take a little rest if you need it, okay? You don't have to do the full 45 seconds if you need to break early, okay? Next, we have our jab, 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 cross, hook, hook. Okay, I'm gonna do it standing this round. Stay seated if that's better. Hands are up, ready, and begin. Jab, cross. Put a little power into it. You go at your pace. We're past halfway, and we have one more round. Almost there. 5. And time. Woo, okay. One more round. One more round. I'm working my mom good over here. She's feeling it. She's feeling it. Okay, let's go back to the butt kicker and row for our final time. Remember our seated position too, if that's better, okay? Here we go. Remember, you can always start late or stop early. These 45 seconds are just guidelines. And you move at a pace that's comfortable for you. Just think of squeezing back, right? Think of working those back muscles. Visualizing how strengthening the back and stretching out the front can help make us stand up taller, okay? Strengthening the glutes and stretching the front of our hips can help us stand up taller, okay? We make sure we cover all that time. All right, sumo squats for the final time, body weight, or if you want to use some weights, that's up to you. Or you're going to do your lateral tap the leg extension, okay? Nice and wide, toes are out. 3, 2, 1. We're going to tap it down, press through those heels, squeeze. Good. You can always switch half if you want to do half the time, the sit to stand sumo, and then the other half you want to go to the lateral to leg extension. Customize it to what works good for you, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All done with those. Okay, final round of jab, cross, hook, hook. We break, and then we have one more 9-minute block, and we're done, okay? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Cross, seated or standing. A little power in it, right? Like hopefully you don't have any enemies, but you have an imaginary enemy, you're punching them, right? Almost there, guys. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rest, guys. All right, big rest, get a drink, okay? We have our final block, okay? This one's that cognitive one that always kind of tricks me up, but I think I'm getting better at it the more we do it. It's our double row, or I'm sorry, a double bicep curl to our double tricep kickback. So it's curl, curl, hold at the top, hinge, kick back, and then, and that's it. And then keep the arms down. Curl, curl, hold, hinge, kick back, up, okay? So it's the same thing seated. You're just going to stay closer towards the edge of the chair so you have room to, hinge forward. Like from the side, if you see, I'm going to curl, curl, hinge, kick back, okay? The next one, modified jumping jacks, okay? So, all right, if you're advanced, you might do a few regulars mixed in, okay? Or you stay here. From the seated variation, boom, boom, okay? And then our final one is rope pull. I want you to think you're like a pulley system, like a flag, like you're raising the flag. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, so think of elbow driving back, elbow driving back. Okay, nice and quiet for your trunk. No swaying. right? It's everything's like a tree trunk. You're nice and quiet here. Okay. All right. Final set, and then we are done. Okay. So our double bicep curl to tricep kickback. All right. I'm going to do the first round seated as always. 45 seconds is going on the clock. I'm at the edge of my chair for this one here. All right. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. We're going to curl, curl, and then hinge, kick back, up, curl, curl, top hold, hinge, kick back, arms down, curl. This is where that kind of curl. Oopsie. Hinge, hinge, up, curl, curl, hold, hinge, kick back, hold, hinge. There it is. Okay. Takes a lot of concentration. You'll find your rhythm though. And time. Okay, so next we have our jumping jacks. Okay, so a little bit of cardio here. You do modified jumping jacks. Okay, and watch. I'm not sure if you're on.
Yeah, no,
here.
you don't have to go over here.
2. Well, we have a ceiling fan up here. I always get. I'm tall. I'm like 5'9". I used to be 5'10". I somehow managed to shrink a little bit, but I'm always scared I'm going to hit the ceiling fan. Good. Whew. I always feel my shoulders on this one. My shoulders are on fire. 10 more seconds here, guys. 5, 2, and 1. Okay. Now we have that rope pull. Okay. So core is tight. Okay. Nice and braced. No swaying side to side. Think of yourself like you're a tree trunk. Okay. And you just got arms. Okay. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to pull down and over. Good to this. Elbows come back. We're working our lats. And this one surprisingly gets your heart rate up. You wouldn't think it, but at least I don't. But it always does. Good. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. All right. That's round 1. Going back to the top with that tricky one you got to think about. I'm going to move to standing this round. We've got the double bicep curl with the top hold to the kick back to the bottom hold. Okay. 3, 2, 1. We're going to curl, curl, hold it up, hinge, kick back, arms down, up, curl, curl, hold. I feel like this one's going to make my IQ go up a point.
Right?
But I like it because of that, because you have to stay focused and present. 2 and time. Okay. Modified jumping jacks. Okay, you can be seated, standing. If you're advanced, you might want to progress them and add a couple regular ones into your mix. Okay, you do you. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. You need to shake your shoulders out. These always get my shoulders, especially when we do them at the end. We're almost there. 5 seconds. 2 and time. Okay, rope pull, rope pull. Okay, so remember, no swaying side to side. We're trying to stay nice and still. Think of everything from your chest down as a tree trunk. Okay, it's just the arms moving. You have the arms and the shoulders. Here we go. So squeezing your glutes will help keep you nice and still. Side view. So my knuckles, my fists end up coming right around my hip bones at the end point. You should really feel the back of your shoulders, your back lighting up here. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! One more time, and we're done. One more time, okay? Breathe deep, and again, remember, if you need extra water, just go ahead and get it. You don't worry about the timer, okay? That's more important, all right? So double bicep curl, top hold to tricep kick back, bottom hold. Here we go. Curl, curl, hinge, kick back, up. Bringing the front and the back of the arms with one combination movement. Almost there, 5 seconds. And time, okay. Last round of jumping jacks, okay. Modified jumping jacks, seated, standing. Progress it by adding a couple regular ones in there, okay. And 5, 2, and 1, here we go. So last set, we just passed halfway. I'm feeling the burn. Less than 10 seconds. 5. And time, okay? Whew, rope pulls and we are done, okay? Rope pulls and we are done. So one more time. We are rooted into the floor. Our feet are planted into the floor. We are a tree, right? We are a tree, and our branch arms move, okay? It's the only thing that moves. Here we go. So core tight, squeeze your glutes. That's gonna help keep you quiet through your torso. You're pulling down like you mean it, you know, you get a little bit of power in that movement. Ten seconds. 5, 2, and time. All right, guys, nice work. Go ahead and get a drink. I'm gonna drink one of my weight water bottles now. I'm definitely feeling like I need extra fluids today with this humid weather. I know we're supposed to, in my area, I am in Pennsylvania, I'm outside of Philadelphia, we're getting storms today, so there's a lot of humidity in the air. Just make sure you're drinking, okay? And when you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and do some stretches to cool down. So we're gonna start with our neck and trap stretch. You can do the seated or standing. All right, let's just press and pull. Just feel that nice stretch through the side of the body. And some really big cleansing breaths, right? And then just gently come out of that. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. pressing and pulling, feeling that deep stretch through the neck, the trapezius muscles, upper traps. Good, and then let's continue on with some shoulder and stretches here by crossing one arm over and pulling, kind of creating a little bit of a tension by pulling that arm in towards the chest. You should feel this stretch through the shoulder. And visualize in your back where the shoulder blade is, those muscles kind of elongating and lengthening there as well. You're stretching really from 2 points here. Let's do the same thing other side. Take notice, one side might feel tighter or easier than the other. So nobody's perfectly symmetrical. Just take note, you know, the more, that's body feedback right there. The more you learn more about yourself and your limitations and what you can and can't do and how to modify it, you know. Gently come out of that, and then let's go ahead and do a lateral bend stretch. You can grab onto that wrist and kind of pull that hand up and over to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Think of kind of lifting it up and out, right? You should feel that stretch all the way through the side of the body, from under the shoulder down at the hip bone, full side. Good, and then same thing, other side. Lengthen. Good, come out of that. Let's go ahead and take the palms. Our palms, we're going to place them on the small of our back. We're going to pretend like our elbows are able to touch one another, all right? And lift your heart to ceiling and feel that stretch through the front of the chest and the shoulders, okay? Put your head wherever it's comfortable. Like for me personally, when I look up, I get neck strain. I need to look forward, but some people might be fine looking up. It's just, you know, it's all our individual anatomy. So you should feel the stretch through your forearms as well, all right? Forearms, chest, and front of shoulders. Good. And relax. And then let's go ahead from a seated position here. Let's do a seated figure four. Okay, so you're going to cross your leg. All right, and you're just going to gently lean forward. Okay, you should feel the stretch through the outside of that hip on that crossed leg there. Okay, so I'm not moving very, I'm not like trying to force myself to move forward. I'll show you from this side here. I'm just slightly moving forward here. Okay. And where I'm feeling that is on that bent leg on the outside of the glute there, okay? You can keep this foot flexed, that's up, all right? Good, I'm just gonna come back to center here. Good, and now what you can do is uncross that leg and just twist over that same side where you felt that stretch, just twist. Look over that back shoulder. Okay, same thing other side. Okay, cross that leg, keep that foot flexed here. And we're just gonna gently bend forward till you start to feel that stretch through that outside of this hip here and glute, okay? It's our glute med muscle. Our piriformis is back there too. And just breathe, you're not forcing the stretch, you're just taking note of it and just breathing into it. You might notice one side's easier than the other. Again, that's absolutely normal. All right, then we're gonna uncross and we're gonna twist in that direction now, looking over that back shoulder. All right, guys, inhale, palms to ceiling, and then down to heart. 1, and again, inhale, and 2. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's class.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.